Hello, and welcome to Preparing to Survive and Thrive Homesteading channel, Charlie B. So, I bet you know what I'm up to today. I'm in my crazy bee suit with my microphone. The bees are doing very well from what I can tell. There's been a lot of them coming out, and that's what we want. I need to pick up some trash that blew over there, so I'm going to get it. But I'm just going to do a quick check for honey today. So, if I find some, I'm going to publish this. If I don't, I'll just talk about it. I want a call to action, which are going to start coming up. So let me get myself zipped up and put in this bee suit, and we'll be back. Okay, well, we're going to take a look. Hopefully this will stay up. If not, I'm going to be moving you around. Okay, there we go. Bees are coming out slowly but surely. It's about 68 degrees out, according to my thermometer. And I'm going to attempt to not stir these guys up too much. I'll start feeding them as soon as the first frost hits and everything dies. But right now, there's a bunch of these daisies that's all around the property, and they are all over them. I was out collecting goldenrod yesterday, and yes. So I guess we'll see if I have anything. It's only going to be the two big hives that I'll be looking for honey to see if there's anything of any chances in here. So... and then once the first frost hits, then it'll be no chance because I will leave everything in there and start actually feeding them. So they will have honey, hopefully, throughout the winter. And, well, it'll be sugar water, not technically honey. But it's all right because as long as they're living and they're producing and growing as a hive, I'll be happy. Now he's got some bees up here. They are kind of moving a little slow because it's been in the low 50s and mid 40s for the past week. So let's just see what we have here. Okay, wheel. Can already tell you one thing. This one doesn't have any honey in it. If it does, it's very slight and it's not filled. But that's all right, because as long as I can get them through the winter and help them live, they're not going to be happy with me. These guys are sniffing around, but there is no indication of any nectar at all leading into honey in this box. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it, this one, because since they are sniffing around, I don't want to move them. I'll wait till I actually start feeding them sugar water and pull this off. And it starts getting colder. So in the wintertime, they'll have less space to keep warm. So that's my goal. I guess we'll see if it works. They're not going to like that if I start banging on them. I shouldn't do that. And this is nice because they do have some nice amount of wax on these trays. So the next year they'll be all ready to go. I'll make sure I put this one back on. I'll take them inside the house so I don't get them eaten up by wax moths. Yeah, this is a little hard to sometimes get in. It has a lot of propylene on it. There we go. I am going to look down here to see how this one is. If they've got any honey in this one or nectar or anything. They're fairly calm. Like I said, I guess we'll see. Oh, they do have honey in here. They do. It's not packed full, but there is some. But I will not remove this. So that means if there's honey in this one, there should be honey in the other two down there too. Because this is 3. I'm going to put this little, they're even putting some wax on this frame too, even though it's on the end. They're very, very calm. This is awesome. That means everybody's doing well. Okay, well, there's a little bit. They're just kind of making their triangle here. Hopefully you can see that well. And then this side has a lot more. And there's several of them like this in here. So that means that they should overwinter very good. We're just going to keep letting them do that because there is goldenrod and lots of little daisies out there. We just got to keep them hoping that it doesn't frost so soon, and it'll just literally keep filling these up. So I am still bothering to put that one tray back on, not the tray, the frames. I'm going to go ahead and take them in. There's no sense. I know they're not going to have enough. I will let it sit out here for a day or two and come back out and get it, hopefully. And the feed box is actually down below for the honey, or not for the honey, for whenever I put the sugar in it. Maybe I'll be able to get you out here at that time too. Sometimes it's hard to get these guys back in. They're not liking it now that I've got things going and I'm making a bunch of noise up here. Now this is usually when I get stung. I got a lot of little thistles out here going. There we go. Oh, so now you can see me getting it smushed down in. I also don't like to rip these guys apart in the winter or in the fall because of the queen is moving slow. Everybody's moving slow out here. So, since there's nothing that I can see in this one, I'm going to go ahead and set it over the fence here so I don't have to worry about it. I'm running around that guy. Go ahead and put the lid back on this. This will just help them stay warmer as I'm shrinking the boxes. These are the daisies right here. This winter, I'm going to actually start to clean up this area a little bit more so I can see if I can make it a little bit more conducive to me moving around in it. What you're seeing is actually the first box. It's nice when the weeds are up and you can actually see the bees around the daisies or the thistles or any number of things that they might be using for food. Oh, we got a ton of spiders in here. Ton of spiders. I have a few bees on top of the lid here. Not a whole lot. Let's see here. We got spider webs right here. So he's going. And there's no honey, no signs of anything on this box either. So we're going to go ahead and take this one with us too. There's no sense of having it out here. Not going to do me any good. Just going to set it down here on the side. Let's see. Okay. Now, see if they have put any nectar or they're starting to do honey or anything else at all in here. I do see there's some bees in here. Let's see what I can do. Now you can actually see. If these don't have anything in them, I'm just going to go ahead and pull them. Oh, wait. I do see some. But I'm going to pull it anyhow, unless there's a whole bunch without anything being capped. Be nice to get a little bit of honey, but we'll see if I'll manage it. Wow, we do have some capped honey. Now, there's no nectar in these other holes. It's just the honey is capped. But there is nectar, a few of them in here, but not much. I'm going to have to take a closer look at this one. All of them, so I can see if I actually want to pull out the frames that have some on them. See that they're putting actually right down in here, they're actually putting some pollen in there. You might not like me too much right here. Well, I can't pull these guys out because they're actually putting some in there. They're putting nectar in it. I hate to do this. I really wanted to get some honey, even if it was just a little bit. But if they're putting nectar in it right now, that means that they're full down at the bottom. Not too much. But what I'll do is I'll come out right at the first frost. And I'll switch them out for some wonderful sugar water. Ha ha ha, I'm being sarcastic there. With some of this that they've capped. So I guess this is kind of a waiting game for me. But I might actually get a little bit. Which would be really awesomeness in my world. So I'm going to put this back together. And I'm going to just take a peek down at the bottom. I'd rather have them finish capping this and filling this up than taking them out and have them start on something else. That would just be counterproductive for me and for them. I'm hoping we don't get any frost until sometime in late October, even though we usually get one in the next couple days. Like yesterday on the 10th of October, is our actually first frost date. Lots of propolis here. Okay. I'm looking in here. I'm not going to break it out. I don't want to disturb these guys, but it's full, and they are capping a lot of this honey. So that means that they're going to have it for the year, and it will also be awesome in order for them to be able to eat and feed themselves. So let's just pray that they do feed themselves and have some for the winter. So I'm going to let them finish this up. And then, like I said, after the first frost, which will be in the next couple days, I'm sure of it, maybe according to the weather, the next 2 weeks, I'm hoping. Longer the better. As long as the daisies and stuff like that are flowering, these guys can be getting nectar and pollen. So let's just see. I'm going to leave that one box off. No sense in it. Get the lid back on them. And they're very calm. So that means that they're definitely getting a lot of food out there. There's still food out there, because if they weren't able to get food, they would actually probably getting more violent, for a better term, or just more protective of their stores, which is kind of like these are the ultimate little prepper guys, because they're protecting their stores by stinging the big keeper and the people trying to steal it. So, well, there you have it. Hopefully, in a couple weeks or less, I'll be out here with this one looking to get some honey. And that would make my days so happy. Okay, so while I was out here walking around, I noticed that the bottom, the little piece of wood, the entrance, looks like this had been chewed. So I'm literally going to go ahead and take this guy apart and take away my ending from my last video that I was working on, and kind of add this one to it. So hopefully nobody will be too PO'd at me, and I can actually get in and get out in relatively peace and understanding. You know, goodwill towards men, all that fun stuff. Problem of it is, these boxes right here are going to be very, very heavy. And I will try to adjust you down as I go. If these have mice in them, then I want to definitely find out before winter comes and they actually end up killing my whole hive. Lots of bees, lots of honey. Oh, now this is when I wish my hubby was here to help. Oh, look at that. Got comb everywhere. Okay. I'm trying to gingerly move these guys because I don't want to really irritate anybody. And I definitely don't want to hurt the queen if she would be somewhere running around. So I'm kind of moving them slowly. Okay, now the bottom one. I'm going to bring you down some. Let's pray that none of these guys fall. That has happened before. Yes, it has. Fortunately, it was in the middle of summer when there was lots of food out, and I didn't have to worry about them dying, but let's bring you down here. Okay. See, this is the entrance. Right there. And it really looks like it's chewed. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look inside. And let's pray that all is well. And everybody's going to be happy. Now, if there's any mice, they will definitely be in here. This is where they'll be. Haha. So, I don't have to totally take it off because guess what? They would have been in the first part. But I'm going to go ahead and lift this up so you all can see a little bit better. No mice. There's still some drones in there. That's all right. I'm going to take this leaf out while we're at it. And I'm going to go ahead and swap this entrance off. So I don't have to worry about any mice getting in there. Okay. This is always the hardest part. So believe it or not, this is part of winterizing your hives. So I'm going to hopefully get this already done. There we go. Let's get this guy put back together. And I'll bring you up as I go. Okay. I find it easier to just kind of scoot these guys over than trying to set it directly on top, because they seem to get out of my way a little bit easier. I'm not saying I don't kill some of these poor little ladies, but it is easier for me. And these things, if they're totally full of honey, like I think the very first one was, it's no brew, no nothing, just honey. It can be up to 80 pounds. Hey, there's a yellow jacket. We don't want him in here. So he's not going to make it. Now I got honey on me. Huh. I'm going to get him out so he doesn't tell anybody where this stash of honey is. Well, hopefully you saw that. Let's pray I didn't hurt the queen or anything like that. because we want them to survive. There's a lot of bees in this. A lot of bees. So that one I think is all full of honey. It's very, very heavy. I'm not pulling it apart. Do I want to pull it apart? I would really love to take this honey and use it, but if there's still some left, maybe I would then, but yeah, I don't see it happening because these guys are not going to need to be fed until probably November. I'm going to say December, 1st of the year. I'll get sunny days and come out here and start feeding them. Well, there we go. How about that? We added that to it. There we have it. Oh boy. I'm going to get the lid on and the rock. Sorry about that, but my camera keeps falling. Okay, well, there you have it. We winterized the last hive. Yes, you were seeing messes everywhere. So let me get out of this bee suit for a second, and we'll be back. Well, there you go. So we not only checked for honey, and we have a possibility if we don't get a frost and the daisies hold up. So, there you have it. So remember, if you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe. Charlie B signing out. I'll be seeing you soon. Take a look at the bees. Listening to them is very, very calming.